Negotiation, tips and strategies to help you sell it yourself. Hi, in this video we're discussing some tips and strategies that you can use through negotiations when selling your property privately. Firstly, you should understand that a quick negotiation is a good negotiation when you can't give an answer right away. You still need to respond promptly and to tell the buyer when you can announce your decision. Taking excess time just increases the amount of time in which the buyer could find another property. They might have someone undermining their decision to purchase, such as other friends or other agents. When possible, try to speak to people directly rather than emailing or texting. You should also be extremely contactable during this time. We don't recommend attempting to play hard to get unless you're really sure of what you're doing and are willing to walk away. A common situation is advisable. Ask fishing questions to determine your lowest price instead of making an actual offer, so you need to be aware on how to deflect these questions and put the answers back on the buyer. This technique is actually quite simple to employ and can be easily practiced with a friend to help you prepare. When the buyer pushes you for your absolute bottom line, you simply deflect the question and repurpose it back to them. For example, the buyer may say, "What's the lowest price you will take?" You should then respond to him with, "I'd much rather prefer if you place your best offer in writing and allow me some time to consider it. How does that sound?" If they still push you for a figure, you should say, "I do understand that you need a figure, and that's why I've said the price where it is. I feel it's a price that's fair, but it doesn't mean that I won't revise the offer. If you don't agree with me, then I'd like you to make your own offer, and I'll quickly consider it." Be sure to retain clarity and a level of seriousness in the situation. Anytime you have a buyer that genuinely wants to make an offer, request they put the full details of that offer in writing. This is not legally binding. It doesn't mean they can't pull out if they wish, but it helps to make everything feel a little bit more real and promotes a sense of seriousness and urgency and clarity. The written offer also gives you something to refer to as the next step. If the buyer has many conditions on their offer, it can also be helpful to change the focus and the perspective of the negotiation. For example, you could agree to accept an offer on the proviso that a deposit is put down, or sign within a certain frame time. In the buyer's mind, this creates a reason for them to move to the next step and a reason for you to accept their particular offer. Providing these are related to the price, this also gives you and the buyer a bit of relief if you're getting stuck on the price negotiation alone. If negotiation becomes stuck on all points, you could consider the split, the different strategy. This is as simple as it sounds. You and the buyer simply agree to meet in the middle in terms of price settlement, date, inclusions, or whatever it is you're stuck on. A good negotiation is about trying to create a win-win scenario, not about one side. Getting everything that they want, a little bit of compromise, goes a long way to ensuring a successful negotiation with both parties walking away satisfied. This is where you need to focus on your bottom line and your key priorities. Finally, keep things professional. Your demeanour with the buyer should be confident, polite, and positive. You should never personally attack a buyer over their offer. If you feel offended about something the buyer said, always respond calmly and politely, even if you need to wait to do so. The last thing you want to happen is for the negotiation to fall apart because the buyer's made bad remarks on your choice of design. Remember, this is one of the biggest purchases most people will do, so tensions can run high. With these tips and strategies in hand, you'll be well prepared for a smooth negotiation. But if you do get stuck, don't forget help is always available at responseuae.com.